Now back to the action with Jason.
That little bit, if you just saw Harley Hefford's, they're going to be coming up on the show a little later, Harley Hefford and Here Comes the Sun. I hope you didn't get an epileptic fit from watching that ad. It's a bit... but that's what makes it fun. All right, excellent. We have Chris, oh God, I've totally... Shut up, I know this Chris Pitman, right? My God, I said
that's all right, I'm a forgettable kind of guy.
I should say that. It's from Skip Melissa Songs. Yeah. Now, hello, welcome to the show.
Good to see you.
You could. Great, excellent. Tell us a bit about the show also.
Well, it's a terrific show about... I play a photojournalist, Skip Miller, who has been to sort of war-torn Africa for years and has been sort of like documenting war zones and the front line. And so he comes back to Australia and brings with him this African woman from Burundi who he takes an award-winning photograph of. So these sort of African stories are intertwined around this guy who's this photojournalist, and it's sort of like it's kind of looking at them trying to find some sort of home after displacement. You know, we've got these terrific African actors who, one's come from Burundi and one from Liberia and from South Africa, and they're just terrific storytellers, and it's a really sort of, it's an open-hearted look at sort of trying to find sort of a sense of place after being displaced, I guess. Yeah,
nice, excellent work. And so is it a premiere for Adelaide, or
it's a world premiere written by Sean Riley.
He's an Adelaide guy?
He's an Adelaide guy.
Hey.
The whole cast is Adelaide, and all the band. We've got a kick-ass band as well.
There's a band as well?
Yeah, we've got a band on stage, side of the stage, and they play sort of a mixture of sort of Western kind of rock plus sort of Senegalese kind of fusion music.
So is it a musical? Or
no, it's not a musical, but they complement the kind of mood of the show, these stories. It's sort of like a really simple sort of storytelling experience, complemented by this beautiful kind of music that sits as a score underneath it.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, it sort of brings out a lot of humour and emotion through the piece, and it works really well.
Excellent. My mum actually went to see it. She's actually just moved to Perth, but the night before she left, she went to see it, and she has a review. I asked her to text me a review today.
Yeah.
So we'll read it out, and let's see how good a reviewer is she.
Okay.
If she thinks. So she said the show gave the audience a view of the acute and ongoing suffering of persecuted people in war-torn Africa, the suffering of the man reporting it, and his difficulty living it back in his own life, alongside the everyday heartache of relationships and loss in peacetime countries. We can see our own lives here. What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, I think your mum's very astute.
Yeah,
I think she's a good reviewer. Yeah, it's. I guess it's sort of like trying to find, like I say, that sort of like piecing your life together after some sort of terrific upheaval. Whether it's been like my character who's, you know, like seeing the world through horrific events in the world through a lens and then having to deal with it emotionally for the first time, or it's people who've been displaced, and it's sort of like a wide canvas of sort of emotions and ideas that you can look at it and you can see your own stuck lives sometimes and through it, and I think that's what the audience are really sort of responding to, and it's a sort of a piece that sort of grounds you emotionally, you know, in a really, but in a good way, you know. It doesn't leave you sort of feeling distraught or sad, but sort of an uplifting kind of grounding experience, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And how's the show's been going?
The show's been fantastic. Yeah, we've going from strength to strength. You know, it's obviously a new work, so we've been working on it and changing it as we go right up until opening night, and still really changing it and fiddling with it to try and make it better and better. So as the shows go on, it's getting better and better, and the houses are picking up. So yeah, really, I really recommend people come along and see it. I reckon they'll have a great time.
Yeah, I think you're a bit biased. Whatever, excellent.
Yeah,
and it's legitimate theatre, isn't it? It's not like like a lot of times in the Fringe, someone has a horse in their show.
Sure. We wanted a horse, but we couldn't afford it.
Well, I know we can get a little one, but you can get.
That's all my money could buy. It's just very small.
But you guys are on like bus shelters and all that kind of stuff, so it's quite a big production, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Brink are an Adelaide company who are sort of like coming to the fore now. They did a show over the last couple of years called When the Rain Stops Falling, which sort of sold out around Australia, and this is sort of like I guess the second album, I guess, after that, and so there's sort of a lot of there's a lot of push behind them, you know, like a lot of support from people, and it's not your typical Fringe, I guess, froth and tickle, you know, not to say that in a negative way.
No, that's a really good, I think a description of what Fringe is. It's froth and tickle. That's fantastic.
But it's more of a very simple, honest, sort of raw storytelling. And the company, you know, Chris Drummond is a fantastic director who's been working in Adelaide for years and sort of gaining in reputation, and Sean Riley as a writer has won numerous awards and sort of gaining reputation, and this is a culmination of a lot of sort of hard work over many years for these guys, and it's it's great to see it all come to fruition.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because I think you're probably one of the first theatre productions we've kind of had on the show. We've had like some circus people and magicians and comedians and stuff, but I think a lot of people often forget like that the half the or one of the I think it was one of the top 2 kind of parts of the Fringe is theatre.
Yeah, right.
And so like coming from your side, how do you go out and see comedy and circus and stuff, or do you are you mainly stuck? Because myself, like I'm stuck in the kind of comedy side of things, but
Yeah.
are you? Do you see a bit of everything? Or
I try to. I mean, it's obviously hard when you're doing a show, and it's quite quite a demanding show, so you're pretty tired afterwards. But yeah, I haven't as yet been out, but now the show's settled in and we've opened and got it up.
They can start phoning it in.
Now I can start phoning it in, and no, I would never do that.
Arrive 10 minutes late, drunk again.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'm not too drunk, but have to leave you up.
Now you're also a legitimate actor, Steve. Do you have any questions, or can we act as studio, you guys? Well, why do you think of that? Do we have some photos, Maz? We had some. So explain. So you're obviously the good-looking one with the tie, and then there's a good-looking one on the other side.
Yeah.
So is there video projection as well on top, or is that your set?
No, it's we've actually got a sort of like a kind of a blank wall at the back where we have a lot of video projections put on, like of different faces, and to sort of set the scene for a lot of stories. And we've got like an art gallery and different faces of like a collage of faces of people in Africa, and so different things sort of like just to enhance the storytelling. And so it's all those sort of multimedia coming together. It's sort of lo-fi. It's not kind of, and here's now a great pic of or a great sort of video of this kind of it's all sort of murky and sort of lo-fi, so it sort of fits in with this kind of raw blend of simple stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Nice. Was that the only photo we had? We had more.
Yeah, it's got to be better. It's got to be a better one than that, surely.
You keep turning away when I show the other ones.
Okay, sorry. All right. Well, there were other good photos there, I'm sure. Nice. All right. Well, give us a plug. When and where is your show and all that kind of stuff?
The show's on at the Odeon Theatre at the Parade, just up the hill. It's on till the 5th of March, so Saturday week. And I think tonight's Cheap Tuesday, so you can get really cheap $15 ticks.
Very good.
And it's a cracker, and I really hope people come. I think it'd be worthwhile.
Yeah, nice. And you as an actor, like, what are your kind of, what do you do after this? Do you tour this around for a while?
No, well, we don't know yet. There's been a bit of interest in the show in different states around the country, so maybe that'll piece together, and hopefully we'll do a tour sometime down the track. But until then, it's as Steve will know, it's just jobbing. Let's wake up and sell your soul to the devil.
Absolutely. Excellent. Well, thanks heaps for coming on. Go and see it. Otherwise, then you can say you saw it before it got massive and famous.
That's it. Thanks very much.
Yeah, no worries at all. Thanks heaps. Chris Pitman. Yay! Coming up next, we have the Harley Hefford and friends from Here Comes the Sun.
You're watching Festival Fishbowl live from PJ O'Brien's.